A few days ago, Chelsea announced a 28-man squad that will be representing us at the Club World Cup with a couple of players left out. And I would not delay. I'm going to come up with the best 11 out of these players that were left out, and we see how exactly it looks and how it compares to the team that was taken to the US. Let us get started. In goal, we have George Petrovic. He was named French League One Goalkeeper of the Year, beating Jorge Donnarumma, who was also Strasbourg Player of the Season. A successful loan spell, but was left out. After Chelsea were unable to get the deal of Mike Minga through, many of us thought George Petrovic would get a chance, but he was left out, so he gets that goalkeeper position. At the right back, I'm going with the Axel Disasi. Spent the second half of the season at the Aston Villa, said to be sold out, but he's still a Chelsea player, so I'm giving him that position. Wesley Fofana played the last game of the season, but apparently he was left out because of an injury, so maybe they are managing his recovery. We are selecting him along with the Renato Vega in the central defense. Renato Vega spent the second half of the season at Juventus, did fairly well before getting injured, but he returned a few games prior to the end of the season and he did fairly well. We watched him play the final of the UEFA Nations League with the Portugal, last 15 minutes of normal play and the 30 minutes of extra time, and he was decent in that back three along with the Ruben Diaz and the Nelson Semedo, as sometimes Nuno Mendes overlapping. And then at left back, we have one of our best players, one of our former captains, Ben Chilwell. He joined us from Leicester City, was part of that squad that won the Champions League in 2021, but at the moment he's sidelined. He's one of those players who are on high wages. He got that contract, I think, under the previous ownership, and the current ownership obviously forcing him out, but we have him at our left back. He isn't that bad, only that they have issues to resolve with the board, so he occupies that left back position. Our defensive midfielder, we are going to go with Leslie Ukuchuku. Leslie Ukuchuku spent last season on loan at Southampton. Southampton were so terrible, and sometimes it is hard to stand out in a very poor team, and that's what happened to Leslie Uguchuku. He had a very successful pre-season. I personally thought he was going to stay, but he was loaned out to get more playing time. He didn't get that though. At Southampton, we get him to occupy that defensive midfield role of ours. And then in number 8, we are going to go for Henry Paez. It has already been confirmed he will be spending the next season on loan at Strasbourg. So we select him here. He was left out also. And then our number 10 role is going to be occupied by João Felix, Portuguese international, UEFA Nations League medalist. He spent his second half of the season last season at AC Milan. He didn't fare that well, but we know he's a very good player. We thought he would get a chance, but I think it's a move Chelsea didn't anticipate. They wanted to exchange Conor Gallagher for Sam Omorodion. Unlikely that deal didn't go through, and we got Joao Felix. He wasn't part of the manager's plans. If we really followed well, couldn't bench Cole Palmer, neither would the manager maybe anticipate using Palmer maybe on the right wing when Palmer wasn't performing that well. So Joao Felix occupies that number 10 role, and then On the right wing, I'm going to go for Raheem Sterling. He had a fairly good season under Mauricio Pochettino, but he is one of those players on very high wages, so he was sent to Arsenal last season on loan. It was a very terrible season for him. Uh, he wasn't impactful at all for Arsenal, and he has returned to Chelsea. Still has 2 years left on his contract. We wait and see how things goes. He is playing our right wing, lots of experience. We paid over 50 million pounds for him. Yeah, that's business. It hasn't worked out that well. On the left wing, we're going for Kane Chukwuemeka. Played 10 games at Borussia Dortmund in the second spell of last season. Only one of them was a start. Only scored 1 goal. He wasn't that impactful as it seems, but he's occupying that left wing role. He joined us from Aston Villa and is one of those ones who are yet to realize their potential. And up front, I'm going to go for Armando Broja. He spent his season at Everton. Most of the times he was injured, and that has been his major hurdle. Injuries all the time. We pray that he maybe can keep fit next season, wherever he is loaned, because Chelsea now has even bigger option, more options than we had last season. David Washington, Leandro Fofana is still there. Now Liam Delap and Nicholas Jackson. It's less likely Broja will play at Chelsea next season. So that's my starting lineup. What do you think about it? Thank you for watching. And there is my team. It is strong enough to compete for the Premier League. That team can actually, on a good day, defeat the first team of Chelsea FC. You see, Petrovic could be better than Sanchez. Then Vega and Fofana can be better than any partnership between maybe Colwill and Badiashile. Ben Chilwell might not be as good as Cucurella at the moment, but he's not bad. Axel Disasi, not very comfortable, but he's okay. Leslie Uguchuku, well below Moses Caicedo, but he's decent enough to start in so many Premier League sides. We know how good João Felix is. Kaendry Payes, we haven't seen so much of him, but he's a great talent. Kane Chukwuemeka, not been given time enough at Chelsea to show what he can do, but Raheem Sterling, yeah, the season wasn't too good for him at Arsenal. It was actually a bad one, but we know what he has been at Manchester City, Liverpool, and even his first season at Chelsea. Armando Broja, lots of potential, injuries hampering him, but he's good enough. So this is a fairly decent team, maybe better than what teams like Sunderland or Leeds and Burnley are going to present.